Hello, my name is John and today on my story we're going to be talking about the state of Shonen Jump. So let's get into it. Shonen Jump was first started in 1968, releasing as a bi-weekly magazine. However, a year later in 1969, it was changed into a weekly magazine. The process to making a Shonen Jump manga into an anime series is very simple. This manga series, known as Weekly Shonen Jump, has a variety of chapters from each series, releasing weekly. This is then put into a tankobon, or a volume series, which is then released with a multitude of chapters, generally between 8 to 10 chapters of that one series. After that process, if the series is gaining more popularity, it will then be turned into an anime series, therefore making Shonen Jump the beginning of this process as well as the most important part of the process. That is why making a name for yourself in Shonen Jump, the weekly magazine, is very, very important. It is also known for having past popular series, including such things as Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh!, as well as a plethora of other series that have come from Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. Now, when we look back into the past of Shonen Jump, there were lesser options in the magazine, so series would go on for longer periods of time. For example, Dragon Ball Z went on for a longer period of time, as well as things such as Naruto or Bleach, as well as One Piece, also known as the Big Three. They often were very strict with their mangaka. These are the writers of these Weekly Shonen Jump mangas, and they would often be under heavy crunch to make that weekly chapter that would show the continuation of their story. This would often lead to lots of bad health or problematic issues with these mangaka, whether they be health issues or creative differences. However, now the problem is that there are lots and lots of mangakas or manga choices to choose from. Therefore, these stories are getting cancelled a lot quicker if they are not up to the standards that Shueisha or Shonen Jump desire. So an example of this would be clearly Red Hood, which got cancelled very early on within its production, as well as a variety of other mangas that have the title known as U8 or U19, which means that they were cancelled under 8 chapters or under 19 chapters. However, with these options, mangaka, or again these writers, have lots of opportunities to take hiatuses and breaks, which allow for better health concerns or options to improve creativity. However, this has led to a problem with readers not being able to consume that manga in a consistent manner, therefore leading to drop-off or people who do not want to continue on with the story, as it has led them to believe that the story is already finished even though it is incomplete. It is also believed that Shonen Jump as of now has fallen off, or in a better term of saying it, has lost its popularity. And looking into the future, which most people are doing, there is a very large concern because of these currently good series finishing, therefore leaving large gaps for these new unknown series, such as JJK has recently finished, as well as My Hero Academia. So this has now led to there being concern that there isn't really a big series other than One Piece in current Shonen Jump magazine. And the issue is that once One Piece finishes, however long that is, I mean, it was said to finish 5 years, now it's been 10, over 20, nearly 30 years, the manga is going to have nothing really in it, no sustenance or no value past the end of One Piece. And this, I don't believe, is the truth. Now, the reason being is there are still new manga in the magazine that is very good. For example, Kagurabachi or Ichi the Witch, which I believe are very good series. But the thing that Shonen Jump does very well is it's able to find new series and it's able to cancel series that are not good, therefore going through so many so quickly and allowing for the greatest thing to come out very quickly. Therefore, even though there'll be a space for One Piece, I believe at one point there will have to be another One Piece. Now, will it be as long as One Piece? Will it be as good as One Piece? No. There is nothing really that will ever stand the test of time to be compared to One Piece. It is a story that has too many layers to it and too much information, as well as two unique things about it that will never ever be done again, I believe. Again, I could be wrong. In the next 5-10 years we could see another One Piece, but it's going to be very hard. We're talking nearly 30 years, and the magazine started in 68, so you're looking at about nearly 50 to 60 years, and in that time nearly half of it has been One Piece. So One Piece will never ever lose its status of being one of the best Shonen Jump series in history. But there will be a series that will take its place that will provide what One Piece does at some point. It may not be in the year that One Piece finishes. It may not be in the next 5 years that One Piece finishes. But Shonen Jump has a lot of different series that provide a lot of different income streams and revenues and merchandising and variety of other things. And on top of that, Shonen Jump is a subsection of what is Shueisha. So, understanding that, you will know that Shonen Jump will never drop off. It will never disappear. It may change. It may become less series, but those series that are in there are going to be very strong series, and that is what will keep Shonen Jump going forever. I think Shonen Jump will keep going on until the whole entire mangaka, writers, everything about that scene changes, because we do know that these people are also paid a lot less. But I would assume if you're in Shonen Jump and you're making things like Chainsaw Man, JJK, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Naruto, you're getting paid big bucks. So you shouldn't have to worry about being paid poorly. It's the animators, it's new writers, it's other people that are writing these other series that are in a new position that are getting paid little. If you're in Shonen Jump, I guarantee you, give it maybe a year, 2 years of writing, you're going to be making lots of money. And especially if your books, after you've made Weekly Shonen Jump, at least 1 to 2 books, if they sell very well, and even if you get an anime, yeah, you're going to be sweet set. So Shonen Jump will never disappear. It may change to become completely digital. It may change to being a smaller series, as in less chapters of series in it, but it will never disappear. And the beauty of Shonen Jump is that it allows for new stories to come out that all revolve around one thing: battles and fighting, and that is really all people want. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, I love series like Freeran, I love series such as Gundam, that have things such as politics, or Freeran again, such things as world building and story development. But look, I just want to see two people punch face with each other, okay? Or use their abilities to destroy each other. Let's be real here, okay? I'm not looking for some high class story. I'm just looking for close my brain off, see two people punch each other in the face, and then that's it. That's a beautiful story. What a lovely story. I just love that. But that is what Shonen Jump is. And as long as Shonen Jump keeps to that formula, it's not going anywhere. So we shouldn't have to worry about it. But the state of it right now is not looking good, because it has a lot of new series and we're not sure if they're going to be successful. But one thing I do know is Shonen Jump always finds a way to bounce back and find another series. So just got to hang in there and hope that they find the next One Piece. And look, that's my thoughts on the state of current Shonen Jump, the weekly magazine, and I'm looking forward to what comes out of it. I mean, we already have Kagurabachi, we already have Ichi the Witch. If you don't like those series, then you're going to struggle with Shonen Jump, but there's a variety of other things. I mean, we're talking Sakamoto Days is still there, Witch Watch, I've never read it, but it looks good. The new series, one of the sports one, the Harukaze Mound, I think it's called, the baseball series, that looks very interesting. And the ping pong one looks very interesting. I'm not into the Ekiden Bros. It doesn't look like something I'd read. But hey, I'm going to check it out eventually, and hopefully we'll see if it's good or not. But look, Shonen Jump is the pinnacle of manga. And you could say otherwise, like it's not that good, it's not the best thing. But look, let's be real here. Without Shonen Jump, half of the West will not know what manga, anime, all of the stuff from Japan is. And that's what makes it so good. So look, if you have any opinions about anything related to Shonen Jump, please write it down in the comment section below. My name is John from Mono Story. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, and pressed the bell button, please do so. And until next time, I will see you on another Mono Story.